Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through my round 16 AFL SuperCoach team review and also my round 17 team preview here. In round 16 in SuperCoach we did score a 22.91, which was a round rank of close to 30,000 and a total score of 34,463 and a season rank of 1951. We are slowly dripping down the ranks a little bit, but I've definitely learned a lot about SuperCoach and it's like mechanics this year and how to, I think, better and who to buy, who not to buy better this year, as I've definitely figured out some guys that I don't really like necessarily comparative to and I think different archetypes that I like better in terms of SuperCoach, the general scorers, etc. So anyway, before we jump into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this video. So as you can see, this is all that I said in the intro, and then we go into the team, and yeah, a lot of cash on hand, and I believe a lot of cash on hand will remain on hand. But Nick Dacos, 116, the captain, as I said on Twitter and stuff like that, I did take him over his captaincy score over Zorko. Well, at least tested the water, and it looked really good until Gold Coast kicked those last two goals. Nick Dacos went from like a 121 or something like that to a 116. I think he also had a very bad, I think he had a clanger kick as well, which didn't help in the last 5 minutes. Harry Sheasel, 103, sorry. He was decent again, D2 for a reason. Dan Houston. Logan Evans and Kane Farrell just didn't give him the ball. He'll be fine when he gets back. He did a 59, I can't even speak at the moment, a 59 on 47 fantasy points. He's a really good split for that. He's currently a 1.25 multiplier for that, and he does like a 1.25 multiplier very, very regularly. So that's a really good split to have. Luke Ryan went 116, which was nice. I don't remember what he did in fantasy, but yeah, a 116 in SuperCoach is very, very decent. I don't think he went necessarily huge from memory, given that I don't think he was on the, what did he go? 97 in fantasy for a 116 SuperCoach split. Yeah, he just went massive, a good differential there. That's about a 1.2 differential, which is good. Wayne Malira, 92. He's been an annoying one for the season, and I think this just shows to me a lot about those halfbacks that you want. Those halfbacks, you just want them getting the ball in a lot of marks, whereas Wayne Malira, it doesn't seem like he's necessarily getting that too much. If we look at his fantasy stats here, 11, 5, 11, 3, 11, 7, 5, 6, 7, 10 actually is getting a lot of marks here, but then it's sort of dried up a little bit, and he's not one to necessarily do a lot of much else on the ground, and for those backs as well, he doesn't take too many contested possessions either, which is kind of one of the ones that really do separate them. Nick Martin, 75, he really just struggled, but hopefully he'll do better this week, to be honest with you. Hopefully he gets back to his best. Bontempelli, 157, I wish I had VC'd or captained him. That's why I'm probably tempted to just go Dacos into Bontempelli, just to keep it simple, as there aren't many, all of the later ones that I want out of like a Gorn or a Grundy, they have, they're sort of very late on, whereas I'd rather take a VC on those guys rather than a captain, which is kind of annoying. And then you've got, so Bont 157, Neil 114, he was pretty big. Butters 114, he was pretty big. Walsh 148, again doing his best. Dawson 94, he did not necessarily the greatest, to be honest with you. Tom Green 117, we talked about him in the fantasy recap. He's back to his best in the last couple of weeks, so hopefully he can continue on. And again, I think he has a pretty low break even as this, 24 break even, so he's probably going to rocket up in price to like 540k, 550k if he goes large enough, which will be good to see. It'll make my team look a little bit better. Matt Rowell is doing the exact opposite. He is one of the reasons why I probably lost out in this year in SuperCoach, is just he has sucked. And then Simpkin, I bought into the hype of that, and I should have just gone, there's been so many mistakes, like the Logan Evans one was a mistake. Simpkin, I should have just gone Dunkley, and then I would have had enough cash somewhere else along the line to get someone else, to be honest with you. Should have gone Dunkley and then just gone and probably got Normo Simkin off that, off of Fraser and Harrison anyway. So yeah, just some dumb mistakes there. Grundy and Gawn, they just both sucked on the weekend, which sucks. But anyway, Flanders 114, Heaney 85, Zorko 115. These guys are, well, Zorko and Flanders are producing. Heaney not so much in the last couple of weeks. He looks a little bit tired. Fisher got 83, then got subbed out and is missing this week, so that kind of sucks. So we'll have to find a replacement there. I'm not necessarily going to trade out Fisher in Supercoach just because he's, I have limited trades and I don't want to trade him out. And Jackson at 72, he's really struggling recently. Elijah Hollands, 93, that was a nice surprise to see that. And then Harrison on the bench, 37. Fraser, 79. Dowling, 57. And Showmaker, 55. But let's go into the trades. And if I have the trades correct this week, from memory from what I just did, it'll be 3-round average. And then it should be down. It should be pretty obvious who it's going to be. Where is he? Caldwell. And then also, because I did want to maybe go with like a Rankin or something like that, but I want to have enough cash to potentially make a big splash come the end of the year with potentially someone like a Rowell up or something like that, but we don't have that at the moment. Sinclair's like a guy that I could potentially target from like a Wangadee Malira or something like that, or I could potentially target like a Jordan Clark or something like that. That could also go my way from a Zach Fisher, but I could also move someone in the midfield as well. And then the rookie that I want to go for, let's just go break even because that'll make it a lot easier, is Lawson Humphreys. I don't want Sean Manor just because he's probably going to be sub. And I mean, Lawson Humphreys does nothing effectively, but if he continues to score 91s or something like that and has a really high potential ceiling, if he does go and have a really good game, say a really efficient 100 AFL fantasy score, that's going to be like a 120 or something like that, 130, and then you can potentially not even have to play your premiums, is the thought behind him. And he just joins Billy Dowling in the as rotations potentially, or like guys that could come on off the field. So make those trades. I have 119k. That was the thought behind it. I could have gone like a 102k guy and gotten 130k, but I wanted Humphreys because he has I think a really high ceiling. We've seen it before with everything in his DFS numbers. Let me just bring up his DFS numbers. Here we go. 1 second. Let me bring them up, and that'll basically show what I'm trying to say here. This won't be the longest video, as I don't think Supercoach videos will be too long anymore, given that I'm down to only one trade. So they may actually get really short, which is probably also a good thing. So that they're shorter, but you'll see here 62, 117, 1. Yeah, just look at this run here. That is just all that you need to know from Lawson Humphreys, is that he is averaging in the VFL 83.5. Take out his first stinker game, it goes up to 86.9. You can see even in the waffle, he put up decent numbers. So that's what I'm looking at and thinking that he could potentially put up an 83 or an 84. That turns out to be a 110, 120 in Supercoach. So that's why I'm potentially going there. Who plays really early? You got Gold Coast playing early, and I actually potentially do something like, honestly, this. I know it sounds stupid to do this. It looks stupid to do this, but we're going to do it. Because if Rowell has another stinker, I may just chance my arm with Humphreys. If Rowell has another like 70 game, then I may just chance my arm with Humphreys, him going larger, or Billy Dowling or something like that. If we look at the when do Adelaide and also Humphreys play? Humphreys plays on the Saturday just after Gold Coast play, and Gold Coast play against North, so hopefully Rowell can go really large there, so we don't have to do that with Humphreys. But we'll wait and see on that front there. And I have no way of getting in a defender that doesn't play at the moment because of Biggie. He doesn't allow that to happen. Nothing here, yeah. So that's basically the side. Fisher, Caldwell here is just gonna slot in here. For Fisher effectively, and so yeah, that's how that's going to occur. I may as well do it this way here. as yeah, that's that. And then for VC and captain, it is going to probably, I think, just be Bont and Dacos on both Supercoach and Fantasy, just keeping it simple because those two have decent matchups and they also have really good scoring potential. They're two of the best scorers in the game, so yeah, I'm just expecting them to go decently. I have that set up on my fantasy account as well, those two as my VC and captain. But anyway, that pretty much is the video. A shorter one, only 10 minutes, probably the same length as my tipping video. That'll come out in an hour's time or so. But that is the video there, and I guess I will see you guys for the tips video in another hour or so. So I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.